YouTube, what's happening? Back at it with another video. At the park, cooling. Good breeze, good sunlight, good thoughts, good energy. Good Air Maxes. Today, talk about how growth is inevitable when you show up for yourself. Meaning that growth is bound to happen when you consistently show up for yourself, day in and day out, week after week, month after month, year after year. Inevitably, growth is going to happen just because you're being consistent. Whether it's good growth or bad growth, something is going to move in a direction because you're putting in work. Now, it's up to you which way you want it to grow. But just inevitably, just by law, just by nature, you doing something consistently, something is going to change. Now, it's within what you're doing, the habits that you have on the daily that affect which way you're going to go, the trajectory of the change that's going to happen. But it's inevitable that when you do something day after day, week after week, month after month, something's going to change. Like Sam Cooke said, a change is going to come for sure. And if you don't know, it's a reference to a song. Great song, by the way. Go listen to it if you haven't heard it. But yeah. It's inevitable when you're consistently showing up for yourself, sacrificing your time, energy, and effort to be a better version of you than you were yesterday, the day before yesterday, a week before, a year before, years before. The change will come. It may not be when you want it, but you staying down consistently, day after day, and you got your blinders on, you're gonna look up months down the road, years down the road, and be like, wow, you're not even gonna recognize yourself. You're gonna be a whole new person because you just head down, locked in, focused on becoming the best version of you that you can be. So when you're consistent and putting in the work, a byproduct of that is change. Now, like I said, it's the habits that you do on the daily that are gonna affect the trajectory of that change. So like I say all the time, small, smart choices plus consistency plus time equals radical difference. So let's break that down even further. Those small, smart choices on the daily. For example, you wake up in the morning. You can have a choice to either, once you get up out of bed, to make your bed or not make your bed. Now, it's scientifically proven that people that, once they wake up and make their bed, you're already more prone for greatness for the day. Your thoughts, your energy is a lot more aligned and organized because you're waking up and, okay, boom, let me get this done. Versus somebody who wakes up and doesn't get it done. Not saying they won't be successful, but it's just you're setting your intention, your energy for the day. So it's just those small little things like that that give energy to your intentions and the trajectory of your change and what you want to do. Another example of a habit could be, let's see. Oh, you sticking to a morning routine or a night routine. Day after day, night after night, whatever that routine may be, it's subjective, but just sticking to what you said you were going to do. Reading, working out. Those are all small habits that over time, you being consistent, will make a change. For example, let's go to fitness, health, working out. People get so frustrated and upset. Oh man, I don't see a change. Blah, 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 this, that, and the third, whatever. Like, dog, you've been working out for a month, my boy. It ain't gonna happen like that. And it's a lot more than just working out. It's diet, it's mentality, it's consistency, it's dedication. So if you work out a week straight and then you don't do shit for 2 weeks after that, but eating like whatever, bullshit, then yeah, it's not gonna make a change. You gotta apply that discipline, apply that consistency to all aspects aside of being in the gym. What you eat, how you think, how you feel, how you maneuver, what you allow your body to consume. It's like you've got an idea and then you've got to like break it down into steps to make it feasible and understandable for you and your goals and what you're trying to get done. But like I mentioned earlier, change is inevitable when you're consistent. It's just the way of the world, that's just the way of life. But it's those habits that'll determine that change. And as I mentioned before, and we'll probably say it in every video or a lot, but every day is not gonna be perfect. So it's on those days that you don't feel like doing something, that you still do something to further your goals, further your dreams, further your aspirations. In this book I'm currently reading called Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy, it's a quote that stuck with me. And it was essentially along the lines of like how I just previously mentioned, every day is not going to be your best day. Every day you're not going to be able to give 100%. So on those days that you're not able to give 100%, say you give 40%. But you got to give 100% of that 40. Meaning, you're not going to be at your best that day, but whatever it is that you do, give it your best. If it's 20%, go 100% of 20. If it's 5, go 100% of 5. Whatever that number may be, whatever you're feeling, give it your all. Even though it's not the best version of you at that moment, at that time, at that day, make sure it's the best version of you that you can give in that moment. It's not lackluster, it's not half-assed if you're giving your all and doing the best that you can be. It may not be 100% what you want it to be, the best version of you that you can be. It's okay because perfection doesn't exist. Perfection doesn't exist. Let me repeat that one more time. Perfection does not exist. You're going to drive yourself crazy trying to be perfect. If perfection existed, then change wouldn't be a necessity. Because why change when something is perfect? Let me repeat that. Perfection does not exist because we have change. If perfection existed, change would not be necessary. You know why change is necessary? Because things are always growing, things are always evolving, things are always shifting and moving, which requires adaptation, which requires change, which requires growth, which means perfection is eradicated. But that doesn't mean it can't be the best version of yourself that you can be. Now you can strive for perfection, not saying that, but you're gonna drive yourself crazy trying to be perfect. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. But strive to be the best version of you that you can be. Strive for perfection, but don't have it set in stone that, oh, I gotta be perfect. Because it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry to break it to you. No one in this world is perfect. There's a pro and con to everything. A car, a person, a food, a clothing item, a shoe, a mechanism, a tool, whatever it is, it's a flaw to something. A way that it could be designed to be better. always strive to get the best version of yourself that you can be, but know that hiccups and flaws will happen along the way. That doesn't mean you're not giving it your all. That's just life, though. You get me? Ain't nothing ever gonna be the way we want it. Ain't nothing always gonna be perfect, but it's up to us to control the controllables and be the best version of ourselves that we can be, given the cards we're dealt. In order to expand, in order to level up, in order to prosper, change is a requirement. In order to take that next step, in order to take that next step, change is a requirement. In order to move further in life, change is a requirement. It requires a change in thinking. It requires a change in action. It requires a change in thoughts. It requires a change in energy. It requires a change of just everything overall, of you as a whole being. But when you change, you're blossoming, you're expanding into a new version of yourself. And we're constantly going to be morphing and evolving into the best version of ourselves that we can be. Be in competition with yourself. Comparison is a killer of all joy. Compare your best version of yourself to the version that you were yesterday and see that immense growth, see that immense change. Whether it be yesterday, a week before, a year before, compare yourself to you. Brace yourself. Clap for yourself. Not saying don't clap for other people. Obviously, still celebrate the wins, still celebrate the accomplishments of other people, but it's always okay to pat yourself on the back. Never forget that. Because you gotta believe before anybody else does, so be the first one to tell yourself good job. But in order to boss up and elevate and be the best version of you that you can be, you gotta remember how you do anything is how you do everything. Meaning that you gotta put your best foot forward in everything and all things that you do to make sure it's the best representation of yourself and who you want to be, what you want to be, and the legacy you want to leave.